everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to film my kind of like best of Kylie Cosmetics products. So these are all of my favourites in here. So I'm going to start with my favourites from her permanent collection, which are products that you can still get. And then at the end I'm going to include some of my favourites that were limited edition and you can no longer get. But luckily the majority of the products you can still get. So of course first I'm going to have to start with the lip kit because this is kind of what started it all. And these are absolutely amazing. And these are amazing. I love every single one I've got, but I obviously have my favourite shades. So I'm going to start right from the very beginning, from when she first launched the lip kit. And I have two favourites from the original launch of Candy K, Dolce K and True Brown K. And they are Candy K and Dolce K, which are here. These are well worn and well loved. I absolutely love these. I first kind of got into Kylie Cosmetics around February time, which was my birthday. So these were both kind of like birthday presents, and this is kind of what started the obsession. So I am also going to include swatches of all of these at the end of the video. And I do also have individual swatches of all of my Kylie Cosmetics collection. And I'm currently working on a playlist of everything that I haven't yet swatched. So if you want to see like individual lip swatches, I will link those down below, and they're like 10-second clips each of all of these colours. So Candy K was one of the first ones that I got, and this is very much a true brown colour, and this is very neutral. This is probably the one that I've worn the most, and this is just very much a true nude on me. I just absolutely love this colour. It is such a pretty colour on me and it really suits my skin tone. Before the whole Kylie Cosmetics craze, I'd never used matte lipsticks because I didn't like them, but the formula of these are amazing. They are obviously quite dry after a while. I'm wearing Neo now and I probably had this on for an hour or two, and it's only now starting to kind of feel dry on my lips, but it's not they're not uncomfortable to wear. You are obviously very aware of them when you do wear a matte lipstick. I just love the formula of these. I also think the brush is really good for applying the product. It's really smooth and really fluffy. All of her lip products are kind of like a kind of strawberry vanilla scent, which I love. I love scented lip products. I know that's not for everyone, but that's something that she does and I really like. Actually, before I do move on to the next colours, I would say if I had to pick the actual like best product she does, that would probably be her lip liners. These are so smooth and so creamy and so opaque. They really do glide on the lips, so you do end up using them up quite a lot. And she also does sell her lip liners separately. So for example, this is just the Candy K lip liner separately, and these I believe are around £10 each when you take into account like the conversion rate. And I'm so happy that she started selling these individually because I have almost used up all of my Candy K lip liner, which is why I bought another one. These are definitely the best out of all of the products that she does, and I'm probably going to go in order of release date for these swatches just to kind of keep it in some sort of a pattern. So this is probably my favourite out of Candy K and Dolce K. So this is Dolce K, and this is quite dark on me. This is what I originally thought True Brown K would be like, which is her really dark brown. So this isn't very much an everyday colour for me, but I do get a lot of wear out of it. And this is much more of a browny nude, whereas Candy K is much more of a pinky nude. But even though this does look quite dark on me, I absolutely love this, and I still do think it is very wearable, which is why I have worn it quite a lot. And then probably my favourite lip kit ever is Exposed. This is very much a true nude, and this is much more of a kind of almost yellow toned nude. Especially if you're very pale like me, I do think this looks really pretty. Obviously a lot of her colours, they are very similar, but this one I would say if you have to get one lip kit, if you've never tried them before, I would definitely go for Exposed. And this is another one that I've absolutely worn to death. I love this. And then another nude, I think this is probably the last one, is Malibu. This is a relatively new release. It's been out since I believe August, and this is another nude, and this is definitely much more of a brownie nude. It's darker than Exposed but lighter than Dolce K, I would probably say. If you had to swatch all of her colours back to back in range of like from most similar, this one would probably fall in between Exposed and Dolce K. So this I kind of wear when I want something that's a bit darker than Exposed but not as dark as Dolce K. And I think that this is a lot of people's favourite. It is a really pretty colour. And then I didn't even realise I kind of have her next release after that. I have all three products, which were Love Bite, Brown Sugar and Dirty Peach. So these were not the last kind of batch of lip kits she released. These were the ones before that. And I'm going to start with Dirty Peach because if you've been following Kylie Cosmetics for a while, everyone was basically waiting for her to bring out a peach colour, and she finally did, and it's amazing. I've been wearing this a lot even though it's kind of getting to autumn winter, just because I kind of got it towards the end of summer, so I never really got a chance to wear it. And this is just absolutely beautiful. It's the perfect peach toned colour, and I think this looks good on all skin tones as well. The next one we have is Brown Sugar. This is also kind of in the nude family, but it's a very dark brown, but again, even though I'm very pale, this does look still quite nice on me. And this is very similar to Dolce K, but it's much more kind of like a reddy brown, and again, it's just a really pretty nude. It is very dark on me, but I do like this one. I want, again, a more darker nude lipstick. And then the last one from that kind of launch of lip kits is Love Bite, and this is a very dark mauve colour, and I loved this, especially when it was more in the autumn. I wore this a lot. It's just a really pretty colour. It is obviously a very dark lip, so it's not for everyday wear, but it just looks absolutely amazing. And I think if you do have a darker skin tone than me, I think especially if you're very dark, this would look really nice. But again, like I said, I'm very pale, and even I was able to wear this. That's one thing. I know a lot of people will probably disagree with me on this, but I think all of her lip kits can be worn by any skin tone. I find it very hard to wear a lot of like dark and red shade lipsticks, but all of the ones I've tried from her I absolutely loved, and I wear them quite a lot. And then my next favourite from her limited collection is Leo. This is what I'm wearing now. I love this. It is basically a maroony red. It's a really dark, true kind of maroon colour. It just looks amazing. This is in her limited edition birthday packaging, but she does have this in her permanent range now, which I'm really happy about, because when I do eventually use this up, I am going to repurchase it. And I loved the birthday packaging that she did. It's just a gold kind of, instead of the black drips, it's just gold. I know that the Christmas collection is going to be silver. I kind of wish that all of her lip kits were like this. I just think this packaging is amazing, and I just love Leo. And I also have a tutorial on this makeup look that I'm wearing now if you are interested. So I will link that below, and that's Leo. This is probably my second favourite after Exposed. So if you're looking to try two lip kits and you kind of want a dark shade and a neutral shade, I would go for Exposed and Leo. Okay, so another lip kit favourite, which was limited edition, is Smile. This is a very light pinky nude. This is basically what I wanted Koko K to be. Koko K is more of a brownie nude on me, so I was really happy when she did come out with Smile. I originally thought this was going to be a hot pink. I didn't think it would suit me at all. I do really like this, and again, I have a first impressions and swatch video on Smile, which I will link below. And this was limited edition. It was a charity collab with Smile Train. She did say she would bring this back, but there's kind of no news yet, so I would say if you are wanting to try this, probably just keep a lookout. She might bring it back eventually. And it's just a really pretty pink toned nude, and I really like this one. Okay, so moving on to like the next best of products. These are her lip glosses. These were the second kind of product launch that she came out with after the lip kits, and the two I have are from her original launch, which were like literally so cute. She has also brought out, I believe, Exposed, Candy K, Cozy K and Dolce K in lip glosses. So these are my two favourites. I know that there was a lot of controversy when these first launched with the brushes. I haven't had any issues with them, and I personally love the brushes on these because it's not like a doe foot applicator, it's actually a brush, and that is my favourite application for lip glosses. These also have the same scent as the lip kits, and they are just so opaque. I've actually run out of room to swatch these now, so bear with me. They are just so opaque and amazing. I love them. My first favourite is So Cute. Now I will say this is a very, very light nude, so I think if your skin tone is anything darker than mine, I would probably say give this a miss. But if you are really pale like me, this is a really good one to go for. I love this. This was probably I believe this was the first of her lip glosses that I actually tried, and it kind of hooked me on them. I love this. However, my next favourite is Literally, and this is basically the middle toned nude. Like was a lot more of a dark brown nude, whereas this one, I would say it's quite similar to Candy K. It's kind of like that sort of shade, and this one is a much more of a dark brown nude, but again, it is still really pretty. I love the formula of these glosses. Obviously they are sticky because they are a lip gloss. They're not overly sticky. Obviously you can still get your hair caught in them and stuff, and you are aware of them, but they're not sticky to the extent that like a cheap lip gloss would be. They are really nice, and I believe these are around 15 pounds. I will link all of the prices down below. Okay, so moving on to what is probably my favourite Kylie Cosmetics products ever. These are her metal matte lipsticks. These were kind of like the first metal matte lipsticks I ever tried, and I love them. I have all three of her original metal matte launches, but I just couldn't pick between the original three. I will say that my favourite is Heir, which is much more of a light champagne nude, but King K and Rain are absolutely beautiful as well. Heir is probably my most used out of all of her lip products. I have nearly run out of it. As you can see, if I were to kind of like run the brush around, all of the product is basically gone. Brush on these is the same as her lip kit, and I believe these were £15, but I will link them down below, so I can't, like I said, remember the price off the top of my head. Heir is my favourite. It's just like a true champagne colour. It just looks absolutely beautiful. beautiful. And I wear this as an everyday lipstick and it's fine, but if you are kind of intimidated by shimmer, this probably isn't for you. But the shimmer in this, it is quite subtle, so like I said, I wear this every day. The next one is King K, which is kind of like a true gold colour. I wear this quite a lot, but not as an everyday lipstick because it is much more of a bolder lipstick than Heir is. And these are quite moussey to apply, so they don't dry down completely matte, and there is kind of like a small amount of transfer and they will eventually come off, but they're so nice. I would say if you have to try anything from Kylie Cosmetics, go for the metal matte lipsticks, they're amazing. And then the last one we have is Rain, which is much more kind of like a rusty red colour, but I love this one. I must admit, I was intimidated by this the first time I tried it on, but it did grow on me eventually, and I really like it, especially in like the autumn winter months. I think it's a really pretty kind of like red lip. So those are all of the lip products. Now moving on to the penultimate product, which are the Kyshadow palettes. Now she only has 2 out in stock at the moment, which are the bronze palette and this one, which is the burgundy palette. I know that she has brought out another one for Christmas as well. I do like the bronze palette, but I love the burgundy palette, so I would say if you're going to get one, get this one. These were $42, which I think is around £35. I'm not too sure. One thing I will say is I'm not a massive fan of the packaging of these. I love the lip kit packaging, but this is cardboard. I think it should have been plastic or metal or something, because it just doesn't feel very substantial, and I'm not a massive fan of the actual design itself. But that being said, the quality of the shadows is amazing. I also don't like that there's not a mirror in there, but I know her newest palette, she's going to bring out a mirror. And so these are obviously very bronzy burgundy shades, and I'm just going to swatch a few. Again, I have a full kind of swatch video of this palette and a full review. I will link below if you want me to go into more details. But these are just 3 random shadows swatched, and just the pigmentation of these is beautiful. I think this is absolutely worth the money. One thing I'm not a massive fan of is the highlight shade, and that is in the shade Naked. It kind of doesn't really match my skin tone at all. It's a bit too dark to be a highlight colour for me. I wish that she'd included the same kind of highlight colour that she did in the bronze palette, but I get that she obviously didn't want to repeat herself. So that's the only colour that I don't like in this palette. Other than that, it's absolutely amazing. Okay, so the last 2 products were limited edition with her birthday collection. These are the cream shadows in copper and rose gold. But I know that she has brought out some new shades of cream shadows for her Christmas launch. First of all, I love the packaging of these, and I just think that these are beautiful. Pigmentation of these is great. They were obviously meant to be used like under eyeshadow, but I have worn these on their own quite a lot as well, and they're pigmented enough to do that. I must admit, I would have thought that the names would have been a bit more unique, like with the lip kits, but because copper and rose gold kind of seems a bit basic names, but I do think that that doesn't really matter. The colours are beautiful. And these, once they're on your lids, they're on the lid. They don't budge at all. They're really opaque and they're really good long wearing shadows. So if you can get your hands on a couple of them, I would definitely say try and pick them up. So that was my kind of overview of all of my favourite Kylie Cosmetics products. Be sure to subscribe if you like these sort of videos, because I upload new content every 2 days, and I'll see you next time.